I know you are here for the party, but we have but we actually Devconnect, and we want to connect with you guys, with you devs, and talk about innovations that released recently. We want to share first and then get your feedback and hopefully onboard you to use these solutions. And we start now from the panel first. And I want to invite our panelists, Sergey Kunz, co-founder of 1inch, please big applause. Laurent Castillo, VP Architecture at Ledger. Alex Katz. And Sasha over here. Go ahead. Francesco here. Whoa! Francesco, come here. Come join us.
Hi everyone. So I think Sergey Kunz, upon the plugin.
My background, sound engineer, software architect, helps me a lot with my BDC industry. Yeah, happy to be here.
Go ahead, fine. Hi everyone, I'm Laurent and
Switchy. It's good. So I'm Laurent Castillo. I'm the VP of Architecture at Ledger, working basically with the engineering team to build the best products we can. And I say I'm not gonna present Ledger. I guess if you're here, you all know about Ledger. But I don't like fun facts. Actually, it's kind of a trick question before. But I don't say. Beyond the fact that this is great to be at Devconnect this week, seeing ton of interesting scenes, having ton of interesting conversations. Trying to push clear sailing because that's been our goal for the last 2 years here, and you're gonna hear a lot about that in the panel. So.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex Katz, co-founder and CEO of Curvers. We are the small company here compared to Ledger on 1inch, but we are close to Ledger in the sense that we created automated security for Web3 users. They don't need to do absolutely anything other than have our software, and our track record speaks for ourselves. We are closing on 3 years since we launched with 0 user losses, and we even added $30,000 worth of coverage. Fun fact, I'm originally from Argentina, but left 8 years ago living in Thailand, but back here for Devconnect and for this event.
Awesome venue, guys, by the way. I love the rooftop lives. So, hello everyone, Francisco. I'm leading developer relation at Consensus, so that's umbrella company of MetaMask, Hue, and Linea. And yeah, super excited to be this panel and speak on anything skating. I'm excited about it. A lot of like E004 and agentic economies. I think they're definitely not topic for Devconnect, but also like stuff around the better wallet, swaps optimization, and yeah, excited to be here.
Nice. And today we're going to have 3 rounds. 3 rounds related to different topics. And the first round is about blind signing is dead. And what comes next, basically. Guys, your opinions, maybe short thoughts on if blind signing is dead and what comes next, and then maybe dedicated to you, Laurent, I would love you to share your opinion and basically the vision of Ledger in terms of how you're moving forward on the clear signing. Yeah.
So I don't think so the blind signing is dead because not everyone on and Ledger what we need to fix. Because Ledger is a good partner of 1inch. We empower Ledger with our swaps and some other ideas. So, yeah, in general, it's really nice to see that Ledger push this topic forward. So, yeah, that's it for myself.
Ledger having solved an issue that I've seen since 2021 is an amazing feature. People knowing exactly what design is very important. There is a human factor that still will not be solved just by clear signing, which is that people are very greedy and they are offering very fast, and even if you give them the actual transaction, they will not read it. Like high equations, there's an airdrop and the token is dumping, you make it very fast, and that's how they can drink. So another layer is ultimate security.
I don't think it would be that, like there is transparency in this process. I think like there are different things why you valued clear signing in the first place. So yeah, there is definitely like a next phase on that. There would be, I think, alternative for like new audiences. But I think like, again, what you said, everybody on the ledger is going to be on the onboarding side.
Here. Okay, so
just qualify a bit. But unfortunately, I think I saw that blind signing is not dead yet. We are actually working on killing it also, but it's there's still a lot of work to do, especially as an industry, not just as labor, but as our like true ecosystem to kill blind signing because it's mostly a scale issue actually. So you have to really clean things for every single use case that appears. And unfortunately, this ecosystem, this use case faster than we can actually clear side them. So these are our big challenge as an industry today is to make sure that CSI comes the know when they build a new protocol that becomes the accepted way to build a new application. So that's really great. And that for me my hope for what looks like next that CSI will is a know first. So building things around the ringtones of the users should be how you think about your interaction with the user, making your event clear when you really expose your protocol, and not just exposing a function on the smart contract calls that are only able by anyone that the debugger they created the smart contracts. And to do that, there's not one single property that will be able to do it by itself. Ledger for sure will be able to do that by itself, which is why we're really pushing for the ecosystem to pick up to become the load here and to help us with over every single iteration is still aside on what data point you use to interact with is a blockchain.
You mentioned a bit like the intent base, right? I think like use case around intent base will definitely grow right now. I'm excited also like I'm a bit advocate around like this multi-party flows like MetaMask delegation toolkit, so you can delegate and build the intent based workflows. I think like signing is one of the biggest use case, but I think there is a lot of like delegation use case that we need. So I think that's kind of like expanded or use case that I'm excited to see more of this delegation and the intent-based use case happening.
Round 2. This is about the irrigation as a UX. Guys, on 17th of November, we released the new protocol called ASPA. Who actually heard about ASPA protocol? Who dived deeper into it? Okay. I see you. Basically, Sergey, can you please a little bit share more for those who haven't learned yet about ASPA? And that, guys, maybe you can just comment on the approach that we released because it's a little bit different that exists on the market. So I give a word to Sharon.
So actually after the panel, I will explain more in detail. So elevator pitch looks like LPs have a huge fragmentation program. They need to split on capital for different positions, for different pools, and not properly on the liquidity. Based on analytics data, we see 80 to 90% of liquidity of capital and liquidity portfolios are idling. So they are sitting without working, and they're solving this with a liquidity layer. We call it what remove the competition, but having TV out, having a lot of liquidity on DEX to a competition of best algorithm, best strategy, what generates most revenue. So that's why I introduced, then asked also all the different teams like Uniswap, Balancer, and Kyber to participate to build all strategies and to contribute to this new layer infrastructure. So we can actually extract more value from the volumes. So we can attract more users into DeFi space. We have one more nice feature, what we also introduced is shareability. So it makes no sense to split in different positions in your liquidity. It makes sense to reduce the full amount of your liquidity for each of these positions we have. A good example is Ethereum to USDC, Ethereum to USDT. We can use the full amount of Ethereum instead of splitting it by half. So you get deeper liquidity, better rates, slower price, lower price impacted, more volume. So it's a groundbreaking change in the DeFi industry. So I'm very, very happy to see all the pillars building on top of it.
I think share liquidity is something very strong, right? I've been studying a lot of this Omni accounts approach, trying to get kind of like one layer abstraction around the providing liquidity and goods to user. I think that's kind of like cutting the one big step that people don't want to have liquidity fragmented.
Just to highlight, Ledger also released the Ledger button. And can you imagine that now with a One-Each Aqua protocol, you just go to One-Each front-end, directly connect your Ledger through the Ledger button, and then you get unlimited liquidity to basically to the whole market and doing the execution. And this is what actually the simple and fastest and smooth and secure UX should look like. So users don't need to even think about what basically is going on under the hood. This is super perfect. And the question to you, Alex, basically right now, as far as all the transactions are now more abstracted and kind of automated, where the attackers shift their focus, what's your vision on that, and how you, with your security automation, help us to improve at least the security there?
So we've already secured Web3 transactions that are originating from the user browser, but as I'm the one that's speaking with people that lose funds all the time, the common loss right now is malware on their computers, also on their phones. The way that Kerberos creates features is literally based on what's happening on the market, how people are losing money. So we solved something that was very, very prominent in 2021 and all the way until now. The next big thing we're doing is an antivirus to protect people from their hard wallets. Using a hardware wallet is still a number one priority, especially for most holdings. But there is a place for bus wallets. There is people still need to transact in a faster way, and you do need to provide a solution for that. I think malware is right now one of the worst ones, and we are about to solve.
Round 3. This is the last round for today, and I just really want to maybe think about the future right now with you guys, brainstorm on what is coming next. Well, how the cool DeFi look like in 5 years from now, for example. What is missing right now? What do we have to improve? Why the TradeFi why the DeFi will ruin the TradeFi, or they will grow in parity? And maybe I'll give more to you, Francesca, because consensus is the key machine. What is the plans, and maybe how is your vision here?
Yeah, so basically I think like cross-chain interop adding, we have too many ecosystems right now. Even like developers around DevX onboarding are quite fragmented. I think like we are unifying things. Like I think shared liquidity, especially on the liquidity side, is super strong. I'm looking around a lot around also like FratFi ecosystem coming Web3 because of obviously like the disintermediation. I'm seeing a lot of like use case around the liquidity pool rebalancing, a lot of like agent specific task can be also run around the D5. But then also we need to understand what are the main use case done, right? Payments, settlements, and to close the loop we need to also like efficient on-ramping and off-ramping, right? Especially because payments, remittance are one of the biggest use cases. So I'm excited about more and more integration with merchant for a specific line of like payment infrastructure. And I think like this step by step, right? I think what we are speaking today around DeFi is already like 10x what TradFi speak about, right? We change a lot of like obviously like on Linea, for example, Sharping deployed 100 billion on Linea, and there was an announcement of a couple of weeks ago. And like today Sharping EOS are only done because Ethereum is a productive asset on stake Ethereum. Like we're not even speaking about all the other DeFi enabled products. So I think like, and I remember like I'm chatting with Joseph from Sharpling. It was so interesting because it was like he's pitching on his tech. It's already like a 100x upgrade to a TradFi specific like product. So I think like also like we need to see the future, but we also need to understand even providing the liquidity, like kind of like the rebalancing between liquidity tools today is DeFi as a product is already huge, right? Even a staking and you kind of like educating this specific new audience, it's important. And then the other big case is building modules and components for institutions to come in. I'm speaking about, it's not easy to onboard
deep provider. I think you guys also have a lot of discussion, right? I really like, for example, what Shane does around modules, institution policies, around AML, compliance, POS2, appliances. So there is a lot of like different modules that need to be upgraded. But that's I think like one way that we are going. Already like this market itself, and just even thinking about the tier treasuries the spun out, it's already a big group.
To me, I was going to say that the future of to play probably looks like, at least on the UX side, like TradFi, I think. There's one thing that TradFi does correctly is user experience. When you interact with your mobile bank, for instance, the UI is pretty good right now. And one big problem we have actually in DeFi currently is that we are asking our users to be experts in everything. Kind of experts in finance to understand the financial products that they're manipulating. It's cost the security to understand what are the choices and then what's the good security posture when you select an hardware wallet, a software wallet, or a wallet or anything. Also, experts sometimes just in hardware to connect their device to be able to hear that. So this is a pretty big problem we have, and we really need to work on lowering the rate on our users to understand what they're doing. So the DVT application for dependency agree advantage is really useful to lower the bar on installing financial products. Or we work on the people always about the understanding what happens on the wallets and then be pretty and secure. Is that too actually I guess. So really that's three something really to tackle it together so that he can reach the next years old. There was those skills achieve the next result and it actually that's it's going to be resolved to very expert results or very advanced results. So
Please tell me what we have on the plate. I wouldn't pull it the future road, but the challenge is at all.
So, what I like is what Avi did, the large app. They are actually people from the street can just use some funds to lend an Avi. You got even the license for it. It's very interesting. And the deposits are secure up to $1 million US, or euros, and other to be sure, maybe euros. What is not like in Germany, you get like only 1,000 euros protection on a bank. So it's very interesting to see how it plays out, how many people they will get, because right now they can offer 9% JCPY. You get them with two right now in Europe. So if you're lucky, more risky products like if you Clive 6 or something. So it's huge difference, yeah. So I'm really bothering to see how much liquidity you'll get through this. I think it's not done with one app from Aave. Okay, we need more FOPDs. They have other things that we need to improve into the DeFi space to be more institutional friendly, I would say. In general, DeFi is very fragmented. Well, so we try to improve it. So we launched cross-chain support for enhanced-based swaps. So it's not even a bridge; it's just a simple swap. It's like I pitch it like eBay. So everyone knows what eBay is, and you have something that you want to sell your Ethereum on Ethereum matter, and then you started with bets on eBay, so people can bet on it. So you start an auction, and people try to buy it, and they can buy pieces of it as well. So, and you had your soul on Solana because someone wanted to buy it on Ethereum, and wanted to sell on Sol, and this WhatsApp works very well. It's not super fast. You're optimizing, doing.
you need kind of research time, secure, safe time where you can properly understand that you really can adjust.
This thing we need to improve. Today I wanted to swap into Sui Never. I was in a Sui conference. I don't know if someone participated. I was feeling these nice vibes of Sui. Somehow it's like the Bay Area lives what I have seen. And I want to play around, but hey, I found Jumper Exchange from Wi-Fi. Wanted to swap into Sui and it took like 13 minutes. It took me like 5 minutes to figure out how to do this. So And then I gave unlimited approval on USDT. It was all horrible. I had to revoke it by donating to reward.cash. Yeah, that's another story. In general, in terms of institutionals, you mentioned regularized. The thing is, they are looking for more like program line space. And they cannot put liquidity into Uniswap pool. It doesn't work. Because some hackers put money into it. Some hackers exchanging that's it. So that's why you from Onish, we are betting from the stretch and support institutionals. So I thought it's a good example. There, you can provide liquidity, the provision liquidity. So your liquidity sits in your wallet, but you provision it, so you allow someone to exchange on specific quantifiable formula. Amen. And you can decide who is allowed to do that. So we haven't saw never. Yeah, professional market makers to pass KYB, they pass pipelines, checks upon each, and you can say, okay, only this verified professional market makers like interviewed are allowed to exchange my liquidity. So, and I think that's it. They can already start to work in DeFi. They just make it possible. So we need to take care to build protocols where we say, okay, we also cover the needs of institutions by design or by default. The same we did, for instance, for intense swaps and question swaps. The same, they only resolve can study each race right now. So actually, a lot of things to build. Yeah.
Great. So guys, thanks a lot for listening. Raise your hand if you have a ledger. Raise your hand if you swap at least one at one each. Raise your hand if you got hacked at least once. It's not go fully no. Raise your hands if you never got hacked. Okay, good. Raise your hand if you have a MetaMask or you at least install it once. Good. All these guys get basically creating the DeFi. We're creating the industry. And if we want to make this 1 billion happen, I would love you to go outside and educate one person today on how to DeFi, how to use MetaMask, how to install Ledger, how to avoid any scam, basically scams in the market. And this is when we make the DeFi happen. Thanks a lot for listening.
Oh. Right. So I know I'm